you are usually very sensitive and you are preoccupied with things that normal people don't pay attention to. Perhaps you have an artistic inclination. That's okay. And that means that perhaps you have struggled a lot of your life to fit in and adapt, because it's difficult to be in tune with the day-to-day life, especially when we live in a hustle culture promoting money and materialism. That also reflects on your ability to find a job in which you could feel free and at ease and enjoy yourself. You also might be a person who wants to have a lot of leeway and not to depend on anyone, and who hates to receive orders and being told in general what to do. As a matter of fact, it's an artist, is someone who pays a lot of attention to details. That's what differentiates him or her from the rest of the world. It doesn't mean that we invent something from scratch, but we just reuse what is been given and notice things that usually go under the radar, or we are able to shed a new light on things about which people have a well-established opinion already. And it's very difficult to make money when you like art. It's a well-known thing, and a lot of us have been confronted with the fact that we have to compromise and give people what they want. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you can improve and give your own take on something that people appreciate and expect, and you can feel satisfied, but a lot of times it feels like you are betraying your higher purpose, but at the same time you need to have some funds to exist and gain a living, because it's very difficult to live without having some source of income. But these are commonly known facts. But I want to tell you that you should keep persevering, even if no one appreciates you at the time, be it writing or painting or YouTube, which is also another sphere of artistic expression that I have decided to try to, like a month ago. And yeah, these are the general traits of someone who is artistic, and I think you may have found yourself in this description. And in this episode I wanted to share a story regarding my job hunting, which happened about 3 years ago, and I wanted to have a job that would give me an opportunity to use my linguistic skills. So there are a lot of jobs that ask you to know English. So someone called me and they asked me if I wanted to come to an interview regarding a job application of a salesman. And I've been a salesman before and I hated it. I tried to convince people to invest in crypto and it didn't go well. Although my language skills are very good, and I felt very uncomfortable there because we had to use someone else as an object, meaning that we had to convince them to give their money, and I felt like my heart was breaking, and it's a very difficult job for someone who is very, very empathetic. I'm not saying that being a salesman is a bad thing per se, or that we are all the same, but it's a job that isn't a good fit for me. And I hated that. So they asked me if I wanted to become a salesman, and I said no. Then she said, because it was a woman who worked as an HR employee, that maybe we should meet and have a little conversation. And I still remember I arrived there like in a sort of little restaurant, not very expensive, but still. And she has ordered some tea for the two of us, and she was very well dressed, you know, in a business-like manner, which was something that her job position required from her, of course. And she asked me, yeah, you know, like, tell me something about yourself. You don't want to be a salesman, but we have other vacancies. Maybe we could fit in there. Maybe we could find something for you. I mean, you've changed some jobs previously. You are already 30 years old. What is it that you like the most in this life? And you know, she sounded very convincing and affectionate. The conversation had you know, like an intimate tone, not intimacy regarding to sex, but spiritual intimacy. So she encouraged me to open up, you know. And before that, I witnessed that she looked with a very interesting gaze at me. It seemed like she liked me and she had a very good opinion. Instantly, she had formed a very high opinion of me. You know how women, they look at you and they project their ideals upon your image. So as I said, she asked me and I felt comfortable, and given the fact that I am a very honest person, although now I kind of learned not to say as much as I would heretofore, and to not be as candid as before, preferring just to keep my mouth shut. but still I'm very genuine. And when she asked me, what is it? I don't know what. I told her, art. That's what interests me the most. And before that she told me, we need some man with a lot of energy to... I mean, I have energy and passion, but my passion has never been regarding sales. I like art, I like languages, I like to talk, I like to express myself in a artistic way, you know. But I feel very uncomfortable if I have to sell. Anyway. And she asked me, and after I gave her the answer, like I noticed how she was instantly disappointed, you know. And almost immediately, like she didn't say anything. She just sat there for about 20 seconds, and then she got up and left. And previously to leaving, she just said, "Don't worry, I paid for the tea." Suggesting that well, if you are an artist, you don't have money, so don't worry. You must struggle. Don't worry, I paid for the tea. The tea was on me. So she left, and I sat there finishing the tea because she didn't care to continue our dialogue, although she planned to because she ordered the tea, and she just left. And you know, for a couple of moments I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but I still enjoyed my tea, for which she paid, you know. It's still free tea. It was a good cup of tea, although I didn't get the job, which I didn't want anyway, because that would have made me suffer. So I left, and you know, that's the story. Perhaps many of you can sympathize with me, I don't know. And that's the life of an artist, you know. And in general, life is difficult, but we need to learn to enjoy it. And if we are given an opportunity to share our thoughts with the world and make our vision a reality, that's very good. We should feel fortunate, especially in this day and age when we are able to write without paying anything, only by using your phone. We are able to record videos also thanks to our smartphones. And it's a good time to be alive, although the competition is strong. But at the end of the day, we must like it and not care too much about success, although everyone wants it, you know. That's our ego thing. But if you enjoy it, you shouldn't be complaining too much.